Blue skies and hillsides feel so far away. I wrote in my notebook. Hello, everybody. I'm here with my wonderful wife, who just helped me move some stuff around today. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. No wind, which is nice for once. So yeah, today we're gonna plant some corn today. So it's Saturday, nobody's at work today, so it's just me. So just had to do some recruiting, and that's how she ended up here. So we could get some stuff done. We've got, I don't know, they say anywhere from 1 inch to 2 inches of rain coming next week. So it's a little early to be planting corn, but we're sticking some in the ground. So right now we're headed to the planter, and I'm gonna move that and hopefully get something done today. So here is a little bit of the road running down one of the old farm roads.
Can you see the mountains in the background?
No.
They're super pretty today.
Zoom in. There you go. Very pretty. Yep. Windshield's a little dirty, so.
Sorry.
we're headed down the road. It's one of the rough roads, and we had some kids come down it and do some mudding when it was wet. So not the smoothest, but it gets us point A to point B.
I don't think that's how you're supposed to do that. Bent the cylinder over?
Yeah, it's a little U-shaped now.
Oh.
Awesome.
That's rough, buddy.
Oh no.
What?
My cylinders are out of sync all of a sudden.
Oh. gonna go check the depth of the sea now that we're, I don't know, a couple miles down. See how we're doing. Did you find one?
I did. About 2 1/4. Here, maybe you can find it again. It's right there. You can kind of see that.
I can't.
Right there. So it's at about 2 1/4 and really good moisture. So can't complain about that.
Oopsies.
Missed it. Combine guys are gonna have fun with that one. That is, it's actually a fence post, but it's used as a field marker.
Alec planted over a field marker.
No, I planted next to
You
it.
planted next
Very
to it.
tightly. Very tightly.
So like on the big monitor up here,
Yep.
what does that one show us?
So it's showing me right now, I've got lots of things on here. So this is my guidance and my map. I've got 2 indicators because I have a globe on my planter and I have a globe on the tractor, so it's running both of them.
Okay.
This is my slip for my tires, acres per hour, which is almost 80, which is awesome. My gallons per hour, and then the acres of that I've done in this field. And then this is my guidance stuff. So this is where I set a track, and then this is where I can shift the line back and forth if I want. I don't do that though.
Okay.
And then this is how I select the field.
Oh, okay. Very nice. So like the 30 feet thing that's showing up above,
Yeah.
what are those feet?
Those feet are from my line. So this is my guidance line, and I'm 30 feet off because I'm running a headland. And these headlands aren't exact, so I'm just trying to line it up with the field post that we almost hit, which is kind of hard to do, but we just get it close and call it good.
I see. And then the one over here on your side, what is that? What are those monitors?
So here is all my controls for my planter. So this is a John Deere planter, so it runs off of the John Deere system. I think this is like a Seed Star 3. It's from 2012. It's a pretty old planter, even though it looks new.
Yeah.
That's a drop. Oh well. So I mean, it does everything. I mean, it sets every little thing other than obviously what you have to set, manually. And then here I just have a big picture of the field I'm in, and then also another indication of what field I'm in. My seeds per acre, which if anyone's from Iowa, Illinois, or just anyone that actually grows corn, you guys would like lose your crap if you saw this. Yeah, we're running 13,000 pop. Once again, another acres. This is my engine hours, so this is where I get all my data, so I can so we can charge this to whoever owns this field, I guess.
Okay.
And then another acres per hour because I'm a nerd and I like knowing what my acres per hour on both screens. And then yeah. And I can move this over, like I have a tractor data page, and it just shows me all my temps, my pressures, anything else I want to see. I don't really look at this one other than to mess with my hydraulics to know what they're set at. But other than that, that's about all I do with that page. And then this is just another page. It has like one different thing. That's it. So, and we have another drop. This one's gonna hurt. Oh, it wasn't that bad.
What are we doing now, buddy?
I'm gonna try to square this corner off. It's really hard with this ginormous planter. This planter is virtually too big. If anyone's wondering, is a bigger planter, is it actually more efficient? And I would almost go to say it's almost not more efficient.
Okay.
Just for how much time you spend. backing up and driving really slow because it looks like a spaghetti noodle when it bounces across the field, kind of like you can see here. And it's really scary because, you know, you don't want to break it mid-corn planting season, so really we're not even at mid-corn planting season yet. We're starting corn planting season, so.
Yeah, isn't this your second day planting?
Yeah, probably. I mean, basically third, I would say.
Basically third.
Yeah. I haven't even got 1,000 acres done yet, so yeah, we got a lot ahead of us yet.
Beeping sound on the corn planter reminds me of working at Carl's Jr. with the temperature things would beep at you, telling you that you need to throw away the old food.
Oh boy. Corner off, but it's kind of already rounded off, so we're gonna just
keep going.
Round it off, hopefully not hit a fence.
Sounds good to me.
We rounded it pretty well. I don't normally round corners, but that one's kind of one. In that corner, I know you guys can't see it, but there's a lot of wire and wood and stuff that nobody's picked up yet. So you got to be careful with that. This planter, obviously, with all the bearings, does not like wire at all. So
I can only imagine. Washout.
Yeah, we might float a few over it. It'll be okay though. Damn.
So you can see the edge of this field kind of goes along a nice curvy little creek right here.
Yeah, don't ask me what creek this is actually. I don't know if it's the Comanche or if it's part of the Kiowa Bennett. I'm not really, or the Kiowa Creek I guess it's called. Not really sure which creek it is, but yeah, it's a little creek. Kind of runs along this field.
Be a crop farmer in Colorado, they said. It would be fun, they said. So what happened when you were unfolding? Like, I saw that you were having problems, but I don't know what the problems were.
To be honest, I went to unfold and my one cylinder was acting funny. And it kind of, it's like my planter had spring on it. And it like bent the cylinder, it looks like, a little bit. So I don't know what happened, but I messed with it a little bit and it fixed it, so I have no idea what happened, but it's still bent, so it's not good. But I'm hoping it's not bent enough that it's going to affect anything, I guess. So we'll see when we go to fold it back up.
I guess, yeah.
headlands are what you turn on. So it's basically you plant them first so you can turn around on them, and it helps with harvesting. Just because the planter shuts off when you enter into your headland, so it also gives the combine somewhere to turn.
Okay.
So on a corn planter, it's important to, like, especially when you're just planting corn, it's important to plant the headlands first, at least on dry land anyway. So that way the combines can cut it out first and then have somewhere to turn around when they're cutting the field as well.
So you said on dry land? What's wetland?
Around here we call wetland irrigated, so it's just like a pivot or flood irrigated or sub-irrigated. We have all versions of it here in Colorado. And I would actually say that this field kind of has a little bit of sub-irrigation being this close to the creek bottom because it's just that much closer to water. But we don't treat it like that. We just treat it like it's dry land because that's basically what most of it is.
Okay. So like if you look at this side of the field, it's dry land?
Yeah.
Because it's away from the water? There's no water source?
Yeah. And a lot of the times the plants can dig down deep enough to get to the roots or get to the water table, which is why it's called sub-irrigation. But some parts of the creek are better for it than other parts. There's a guy just down the way, and he grows his sub-irrigated alfalfa. And he cuts the same amount as guys would have it under pivots. So
that's wild.
But this is technically all dry land because there's no real water source that's watering it.
Okay. Question.
Yeah.
Do tractors come tinted? Or like, can you get tinted tractors?
You can get tinted. You can like have them tinted. They don't really come tinted though. Like,
no.
You have to request it, have somebody come do it.
Nice.
And we've tried multiple times to talk Boss Man into it, and he's very reluctant. So.
I mean, I could see how it would be very expensive.
Well, yeah, and we trade tractors. Well, right at the moment, we're trading tractors every year. I don't know how long that's going to last, but we trade tractors every year, so it wouldn't be worth it because we don't keep them. So,
yeah.
So we just get rid of them. So we'd have all that cost, and I mean,
for nothing.
For nothing. We'd be doing it on the next set.
Yeah, because like sitting over here on the side where the sun shines, I feel like I'm sitting in a fishbowl. Like it's hot.
And you wonder why I come home sunburned every day. This is
Yeah.
why.
So the yellow is.
The yellow is 13,000, so I try to
Okay.
keep it within 10%. Or whatever this is. I don't know what this is. I said it's 10%. 12,000 to 14,000 seeds. 14 being high, 12 being low. Target is 13, as you can see here. I mean, we're getting 13. So basically, this is reading this.
Okay. So it's just a visual scale of what's going on over on that.
Yeah, this is a good indication that if something's not popping up on here, you'll see it on here.
Okay.
And then you can also look back on that when you harvest it, and you can see that difference probably, you know, because your yield might be lower or higher depending on what kind of mess up it is.
Okay.
So it's just a visual guide, and it actually helps you make sure you're getting your correct rate without, you know, if you're just paying attention to this one, like when you're running headlands, which is what I'm doing. You can just watch this and know you're getting the right rate instead of watching all these bounce up and down.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because some of these, like you can see, I've always had an issue at 26. I've replaced the whole row. For some reason, still reads real low, still runs 2,000 to 3,000 lower than the rest of them, which is weird. And then 36 here, it always runs high. And it's the same thing. I've replaced everything to do with that row, and it still runs high. So we just let it run high and run low, because I mean, we're not trying to grow 200 bushel corn, so this is going to be 50 bushel corn at best. So
well, and like compared to Iowa, who usually grow corn to eat, we grow corn for like seeds, right?
Well, no, not necessarily. So we kind of sell to the same corn market, except Iowa and Illinois, they kind of more go towards that ethanol side of things.
Okay.
To where a lot of our corn gets turned into food corn, like you say, so it's going to get processed into the corn syrup and that kind of thing. But then also a lot of our corn goes to Roggin, which gets fed to chickens. So it's also chicken feed and can be cow feed as well. Just depends on where we sell it, but around here. But we don't have any ethanol plants like they do back in the Midwest. So that's why we don't sell to ethanol like they do. And then a lot of those guys too, they got the Mississippi and stuff that they can float their corn wherever they want. So a lot of them will take it straight to the river, load it on a cargo, and send it. So we don't really have that option. I mean, we're at 50, almost 6,000 feet right now where we're sitting.
Yeah.
And
which is wild.
There's no river that you can float a barge on to get here. So everything we have has to be railed out or on a truck. So
I mean, heck, you saw our creeks, they're completely dry.
Yeah.
We don't have water run through our creeks until the snow melts. And even then, we really don't have water run through the creeks until it rains really good. And we have to have like a full washout rain for the water to run through the creek.
And even then, it doesn't make it. Like like a couple years ago, we were actually just talking about it. I mean, we got a 10-inch rain, and we had almost what looked like a river here. But if you went to where it ends up in the Platte River, it was like a trickle. Like the water all disappeared.
Yeah.
So, and that's like my grandpa used to call that like 100-year flood. So we don't even see that very often.
No.
So, but anyway.
Okay, so I'm gonna head home and do some things at the house. Alec is gonna finish this field, and then in like 4 hours about, I'm gonna come back and help him move again. So yeah, we'll see you then. Real quick, I wanted to show you guys something kind of cool. So we see all the beautiful Rocky Mountains right there, right? And then if we continue to look over all the way over there, we see Pikes Peak, and I think that is so cool. But it is also wild because like Pikes Peak is all the way over there, but the rest of the mountains are over here.
Howdy.
Hi, buddy.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.